It's an old saying that says everybody wants to be on top of the hill, but most people forget that the fun is on the climb. And that climb for the last 40 years have been a lot of fun for me.
Tradition, excellence, competitive spirit, dedication, and respect are some of the words that come to mind when speaking about Mr. Benjamin Leon.
Mr. Benjamin Leon is one of the most passionate people I've ever known. More importantly, more about the Paso Fino horse.
The horses are part of his life. They are part of who he is.
I've been in love with horses since I can remember, since I was a kid. Get caught sometimes and punished because they caught me in a history class drawing a horse.
Mr. Leon is kind, he's humble, approachable, and he's always there for everybody. Mr. Leon really cares about the industry. His goals are always to elevate the breed to a higher level.
The most influential force behind the Paso Fino horse in the United States.
He's a visionary, he's a leader. Just by first coming into the country from Cuba, you can appreciate what helped him become the person that he is today.
Of course, I was a dishwasher to begin with, delivered newspapers and worked in factories and everything, and in Firestone Tire Rubber Company for over 5 years, and started cleaning the bathrooms and the floors and changing tires, and ended up as a store manager, and then I went and joined my dad in the creation of what turned out to be the first HMO, or health medical organization in the country. I was one of the first 8 programs to show the federal government that Medicare would work in a prepaid environment. And then I created and opened Leon Medical Centers, which is today probably the best healthcare delivery system in the United States, recognized nationwide. I take a lot of pride in what we've done. And in November '81, I bought my first horse. And I found it challenging to try to breed the very best horses that I could.
Mr. Leon had one of the finest breeding programs of anybody that I've ever seen.
Many of the horses that you see in the show ring today have Besilu influence.
When he bought Marquesa de Besilu, that was such a big deal. And I think it was probably one of, back then, the one thing that pushed the breed in the States to go forward. He kept on going, always improving his stock, improving his farm. He bred very good horses. The results are there. But not only would he breed them, he would go out and purchase quality all the time, because he wouldn't do any, he would not take any less. He would not go to shows with anything less. So not only would he contribute to the market of our breed, but he would also make other people that wanted to compete for the best go and improve their stock at all times, because he would always be raising the standard. And that's something that we should all be thankful for.
In breeding, genetically, you never know exactly what you're going to get. But most of the time, if you really do the homework right, you're going to get something very acceptable. And occasionally you'll get something extraordinary. It's a scientific thing, 50%. And the other half is your intuition or your gut tells you. The most important thing is to have the machinery. The machinery is the mares. And Fortuna de Besilu, I had my day, and that's a mare that is going to die of old age with me. She and Maraquita are part of my life. I love riding my horses. We enjoy Monarca de Besilu, we remember him. Profetisa, we enjoy Profeta on the saddle. I also bred Símbolo de Besilu, and Símbolo de Besilu in '95 won the second Confepaso Mundial, Grand World Champion. La Profeta Segundo is in our barn, and they're right in my heart. And they always will be. Talking about Vivaldi, he's an amazing horse. He came to me, I didn't breed him, I bought him. It was a young colt. He tied a gray horse Cappuccino, a record of 4 consecutive Grand National Championships. And last year, he actually set a new record by winning the 5th consecutive. I think it's the first Paso Fino in history that the United States Equestrian Federation has chosen to compete for Horse of the Year. But he was a runner-up. So I think that was another accomplishment. A lot of people don't know that that's a horse that most of the time I ride in my farm. I ride him, we go out on a horse trail. A top show horse is not a horse just for the ring. It's not a horse just for the trainer. It's a horse for the owner to ride, to enjoy him, But Pela's done a tremendous job with him, and Mona. When I see a horse, a Besilu horse win, whether I own him or not, I have the same feeling, I have the same enjoyment. And when I see a horse that is better than the horse that I own, that I'm competing, not myself, but the farm, then I take my hat off to that horse, you know, because it's a respect that we all have to have for a good quality horse. I wish everybody would feel like that, but that's the way that we all should feel. And take our hat off and have, first of all, respect for the horse. Second, for the association that we belong to. And third, owners of that horse that have made the effort of putting that horse for our enjoyment in front of us.
Mr. Leon has been instrumental in marketing the Paso Fino horse, in developing many of the programs that the association supports today. He has had great accomplishments. He has been a member of the board of directors since 2016 up to today consecutively. Mr. Leon is a Hall of Famer. The horse bred by him, Profeta de Besilu, also as a Hall of Famer. The High Point breeder of the Grand National Show in 2019.
Ben was responsible in breaking up the Beaforma classes by sexes and also creating classes for the geldings. And without amateur classes, I don't think that the Paso Fino Association would have grown to where it is today. And a lot of that is owed to Mr. Leon.
He has encouraged the association here in the United States to divide our classes by the months of age of the horses and not so much by the calendar year.
If it wasn't for Mr. Leon, we would not have been able to find the building in Plant City.
I was the president of Florida region for quite a few years, and when we used to run the Spectrum, I was also instrumental in having Tropical Park in Miami put the 3 cover arenas that they have now. And now for the Mundial, I was able to also help in getting the Wi-Fi.
Mr. Leon fulfills all of the aspects of someone who deserves a lifetime award.
Benjamin, thank you for always wanting the best for the sport, for always promoting the Paso Fino breed in the best way, and for being an inspiration for us all. A very well-deserved tribute to you and all your accomplishments. Thank you.
Thank you for everything you have done for the association, for the members, for the breed. You have helped so many people. I think all of us should be proud of celebrating this moment with him.
Not only he cares about the breed, but he cares also about the people in the breed.
I am so glad that they're paying tribute to him. Beautiful.
My husband Edgar always has a saying about Mr. Leon in Spanish. He always says that he is el árbol que más sombra da, which means he is like the big oak tree that gives the most shade.